With the way culture is right now, is it can be anything. Literally, anybody can claim to say or do or be whatever they want. And the culture has said it's okay. They've left truth for false things. Even in society, right, with the simplest things, the simplest forms of basic fundamental human genetics have been now changed and redefined because of emotion. But truth does not equate to emotion, and emotional things don't make things true. A funny story, when I was a kid, and if you can't tell, I love to eat, but when I was a kid, I loved cottage cheese. Absolutely love cottage cheese. It was one of my favorite things to eat. You just give me a bucket of cottage cheese, and I'll eat all of it. Someone said weird. Well, yeah, I don't do it anymore, but when I was a kid, I did it. And I loved it. And one time I went to Mexico. I went to visit my grandma. Love my grandma. She's super great. And she was like, "Oh, I'm glad to see you. Look, I've got you some cottage cheese. Would you want some?" I'm like, "Grandma, you're the bomb. Yes, give me the cottage cheese." So she gives me this big old bowl full of cottage cheese. And here I am, little chubbier Mark than what you see today. And I'm excited. I get the spoon, and I get the biggest, fattest spoonful of cottage cheese. And I put it in my mouth. And I can't breathe. And I'm like, "Grandma, what did you do?" And immediately there was something wrong with this cottage cheese. And I was like, "What?" She saw the look on my face. She said, "Does it need salt?" I said, "Grandma, what is this?" And she said, "Oh, the milk spoiled and I put it in the fridge and I added salt to it. That's how they make cottage cheese." No, Grandma, that's not how they make cottage cheese. That's not the process. You don't allow milk to spoil and then feed it to people. That's not how it's made. But here's the thing, what might look and feel like truth can do irrevocable harm. My grandma, in her misunderstanding of what cottage cheese was, gave me rotten milk. And it's a funny story, but think about that. Somebody that is teaching and preaching and giving you the gospel, the spirit, the bread of life, the water of the living God. If you think that I'm up here and I'm giving you a good solid message and a good solid word, but I'm giving you something that's rotten, it's going to make you sick. Spiritually sick. And the thing is, if I would have kept eating that cottage cheese and said, "Hey, yeah, this is it. This is like, Grandma, this is great. I like it." What happens to me? I now have a misunderstanding of what cottage cheese is, and I now have a misunderstanding of what it tastes like and smells like, and I've now become accustomed to the raw disgustingness of that nasty, rotten milk. And it's the same thing with the word. If you do not understand, and that's what John is saying here, you need to be the keepers of the gate for the people that you are in charge of. And I'm talking to the dads and the moms and the people that are in here that have children. You are the keeper of the gate. I'm talking to our pastors and our leaders. You are the keepers of the gate of the information that comes into your home. And it should be very, very subjective.